Welcome back to Super Sentai Review, episode number 227. Yeah, I was actually supposed to do this like yesterday, I think it was, but there was no time at all. Nope. Because I had some stuff to do, so plus I came back late from coming back to eat, and I had a stream to do, so yeah, there was virtually no time. So, in this episode, we are discussing episodes 9 through 12 of Turboranger. Episode 9 basically is a focus on, I believe it's Turbo Blue. I believe it is. Yeah, I think it's Turbo Blue, where I believe it's him. Because I know because it's all about the this flute. Oh, Turbo Yellow. Oh, I forgot to mention this for about episode 8. Fun fact about episode 8. Did you know it aired on my first birthday? Yes. Yes, it did. April 15th, 1989. I had turned 1 that day. Yep. 1. Which makes, just recently, that episode just celebrated 34 years. Yep. 34. It's kind of a weird one per se. It's like, oh, we got basically, apparently the Bombies is imprisoned inside this statue inside this girl's apartment, and like, oh, I can make your dream come true, and I'll control you, and I'll desire you, and you get to brainwash children. I'm like, sounds like a standard Sentai or Kamen plot, but interesting one. I like the whole character, and it just seems as though maybe they were planning to do something with this one with Yellow Turbo, but nope. This character's dropped by the end of this episode. She's never seen again. Standard Sentai. In the case of episode 10, this is also like, okay, so the monster's prisons have a doll, and and they use an object to break open the thing in order to release the creature, which this makes it the second time in a row this has happened in 2 straight episodes. Last time was a statue, this time it's a samurai doll. And he also apparently goes on rampages, he gets some loot stuff, creates ogres, he's an ogre boma. Yes, an ogre. You're thinking, wait, an ogre? Weren't those the main villains of Kousoku? Yes, they were. But Kousoku didn't come out until about 12 years after this series did. Yes, not until 12 years later. In 2001. Yep. So, I like the whole him right. And of course, he steals a kid's horse. And the whole thing with this one is about getting about this kid's horse, this whole episode, which is interesting to say at least. So, 2 episodes focusing on and basically possessed by the creature of the episode. Okay, I like the whole idea of him basically stealing stuff, which that doesn't happen very much. A lot of the time, these particular villains are not interested in robbing stores and stealing stuff. They're not interested. They're more interested in destruction and terror, taking over the world. That's mostly what they try to do here. Yep. But in the case of like episode number 11, this is one of 2 episodes in a row which sort of has a creature which is important to the plot of the series. This one involves the Unma, the grunts of the series, reviving their dead chief. Yes. Yeah, their chief. Who, by the way, only appears in this solo episode. I would have thought, though, because how powerful this guy is, he would stick around because he's a cool character. I like this character. But, nope. Killed off by the end of the episode. Yeah, and the fact he's actually loyal to the Emperor, the fact that he's a chief of the grunts. Yeah, and apparently the grunts have no problem working for the Emperor, the fact that their chief died twice. Yeah. It's a very, of course, they're also kidnapping children here again, obviously. There's also a minor subplot of basically one of the Rangers giving this kid his lunch, his bento lunch, which includes rice balls. Yes, seriously, rice balls. Now you're probably thinking, rice balls is part of lunch. That's a starch, right? Yes, it is. Here's the thing. Rice is a very popular, one of the biggest foods in Japan, And probably, I think the reason why there's so much seen in every single franchise is because probably rice is the easiest to grow in Japan. And the fact it's part of their regular diet, where it basically ever eats rice. That's mostly put exactly what we got here. I'm like, okay, but I have to keep saying this about the bento lunches. When I think of a lunch, I also think of including a drink with that, not just food. I mean, you gotta at least have something to drink it with. Because a lot of the time, this happens in the live action and the animation, where kids are given these bento lunches and they're given no drinks. I mean, what do? Buy it from the vending machine in their schools? It's possible, but highly doubt it. Also, it seems like a lot of the time, with the exception of one series I've seen where they eat in the cafeteria, yeah, one series. A lot of the time, they use bentos either in their classrooms, or it is a popular place on the roof. This one they eat in a cave. But this is interesting for what it is for episode 11. And I like the fact, oh yeah, we're going to continue the plot of they're going to avenge their chief. And it's not mentioned about the next episode, because next episode involves basically sort of a loose follow-up to the Star Beast. The guardian beast of the fairies who died back in episode 3. And this is episode 12, mind you. It's been 9 episodes since they died. Well, actually became a constellation. And so you have Zenzu, the chubby one of the group, basically freeing this bone beast who actually was imprisoned inside a Boma castle. The reason why he was there, so apparently he's trapped under a red pool while being pinned down by a nail. Now he's also the first only monster to be imprisoned by his own people. The reason? The reason is pure and simple. He betrayed the elite. He's actually the first monster to turn good. Yep. And the whole episode is trying to convince, oh yeah, that of course he's tricked that the Turborangers work for the bad guys, even though they really don't. Seems like a very interesting idea, but mostly put it's all contained in this episode. And also, this is the first monster not really destroyed by the Turborangers. Nope. Instead, basically, even when the giant size form, they say take him to space, and he's basically with the constellation that is the Guardian Beast. And that's the episode in a nutshell. I gotta admit, these are actually pretty good episodes. Nothing really bad here per se, though I think it's kind of odd that we use the same plot device 2 episodes in a row. But in the case of the next few episodes, we have a standalone and a 3-parter. Yes, where we get a new weapon and a brand new character. What are they? You'll find out and see in the next episode, okay? Next episode is going to be Comic Core, and it's on to Baruto. You're thinking, Baruto? Did the anime come back already? No. It's the manga. And I'll discuss about that one, okay? Next video. Bye.